Sunday Meditation, January 18th, 1981. LL Research channeling Oxal and Latwii. Carla channeling. I am Oxal. I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator, and am delighted to be able to be with you this evening. I do not often speak through this channel, and am privileged to be able to share this meeting with you at this time. I wish only to share with you the image, my friends, of the center of all things. When there is that which spins, you may call it a top or a gyroscope. There is always a center which allows the whirling to continue to be balanced. As you are light beings, the energy which spins you is called love. The balance must come from the coordination of light and the polarities of love. Therefore, please think upon the virtues of the balanced gyroscope, which is always aware of the level and true path. And in your meditation, seek always to know your own center. I am very grateful to have had the chance to exercise this instrument for a short time. I will leave you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. I am Oxal. I am Latwii. You see, my friends, at how good we are at being able to contact this instrument without blowing her circuits? We greet you in love and the light and apologize for the delay, but we had a desire to initiate contact through the channel known as Jim and were persistent in our attempts. Therefore, we shall leave this instrument to again make our contact with the one known as Jim. I am Latwii. Jim channeling. I am Latwii, and greet you once again in love and light. We are very pleased to have been able to make this contact. It is always a joy to be allowed to speak to your meditation group. We are always interested in joining our vibrations with those who seek to know what is the center of creation. We are simple beings for such a mighty task, but in our way, simple and foolish though it may be, we would seek to share our understanding of the center of creation with you tonight. We do not mean to say that we have a complete understanding of any part of creation, for what is creation but the infinite Father who is all and who is filled with mystery? But in our searching, we have found within the mystery clues and hints as to the central feature, shall we say, that composes all of creation. Of course, as you might suspect, love is to be found within each instance and experience that you might encounter in your lives. But we also have found that love may manifest in an infinite number of ways, many of which are not apparent at first glance. We would refer each of you to your own library of experience for analogies in this area. For have not each of you had an experience which seemed to be cloaked in mystery for the duration of the experience, and even after the experience passed? And as you ponder the situation, did you not uncover layer after layer of those lessons, those learnings, which revolved once again to the central theme of love, to the acceptance of the lesson, whatever it might be, and in that acceptance, learning to love the experience and all that it represented? But have you not also found that in many experiences which you have pondered long and solved to a degree, have you not also found that there remains still some measure of mystery? My friends, we would suggest that this mystery that remains, this incompleteness of the understanding, is that central feature that resides with love within each experience. And this mystery, this incompleteness, will draw one forth into the next experience, into the next adventure, into the next learning. We would suggest that those things which can be known are valuable, for they teach wisdom. But we would also suggest that those things which remain a mystery are equally as valuable, for they teach seeking, and wisdom must always include seeking. Love, therefore, grows more fully by its residence, shall we say, in the same experience with mystery. We would at this time transfer our contact to the one known as L. I am Latwii. L. Channeling. I am Latwii. And again I greet you, my brothers, in the love and the light of our Creator. My brothers, my friends, it is interesting to we of Latwii that many of the events of your lives seem to revolve not around your own central axis of love, but rather around an avoidance of love. We find this difficult to understand, both in how you are able to accomplish this, and also why you are willing to attempt it. My brothers, it is necessary that the people of your planet realize that each, as an entity of energy, must revolve around that axis of love, thus making it the central point of their lives. To avoid doing so, especially on a large scale, for many of your people to avoid doing so, can only have the effect of placing your entire planet out of balance. For how can a spinning top revolve around an axis outside its perimeter? It's impossible. Yet so many of your people continue to attempt this. My brothers, we have spoken many times, and on so many occasions as to make this subject, we are sure, a boring one to you. Yet we must again reiterate the fact that your planet, its people, are out of balance. And if they do not choose consciously to return to their given axis, then a new axis will be found. My brothers, we sense at this time it would be best to transfer this contact. I am Latwii. Carla, channeling. I am Latwii, and I am again with this instrument. I greet you once more in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. It is my privilege to be open to questions at this time, and as I scan you, I realize there are many questions which we might answer. However, we would prefer to let you pick among them yourselves. Therefore, we will wait for the spoken questions that you might have voice at this time, and we would be glad to share what information we have. Does anyone have a question at this time? L. Latwii, it is my understanding that the instrument through whom we are channeling has a question she would like to ask. Latwii. I am Latwii. That is correct. However, we do not feel that the information she seeks should be given through this instrument due to the fact that she would doubt the answer since she channeled it herself, and the question concerns channeling. Therefore, it is not possible for us to channel through this instrument with any degree of accuracy that will be appreciated by this instrument on this particular question. We thank you for your thoughtfulness. Is there another question at this time? L. What can you tell us of contacting people who have physically died on this planet Latwii. Ah, but my brother, what do you want to know? We can tell you many things, the most pertinent of which is that it is, of course, possible, depending upon the desires of the departed, as you would euphemistically put it. L. First, would it be possible for us to contact them through channeling? And second, would they be in a position to advise or counsel us? And to a degree beyond that of a normal living person? Latwii. I am Latwii, and am aware of your question. It is possible to contact one who wishes to speak with the appropriate medium. The channeling that you are aware of at this time is very efficient compared to the amount of tuning needed for the vibration of your own human worlds. Editor's note: Latwii is speaking about the inner planes. They consider themselves outer planes contacts. Latwii continues: the information you might seek through such a contact would not be any greater in wisdom than that of a normal living person. A person does not become wise by dying. A person becomes two things. One, a shell of the personality which he or she has left behind. That is what you are in contact with. This shell is somewhat informed, but does not have the creative independence of the living being. For the living being that he or she truly is, in other words, the second thing that a person becomes or is moving onward and gradually further and further away from the density which he or she has left. Thus, the shell will grow weaker and weaker until the thought form is no longer requested. It is in no case wise to take advice from the departed if you can consult your own wisdom instead, for you are undoubtedly more up to date in your information. May we answer you further, my brother? L. Yes, on a different subject. Recently, in discussing hypnotic regression, the statement was made to me that in some instances it was possible to contact what was referred to as the higher self of an individual, so as to ascertain information about current karmic debts and whether they have been completed or not. Is it possible for us to use channeling to accomplish this? Latwii. I am Latwii. It is perhaps more to the point to suggest that you use the powers of your own will and use what this instrument would call auto-hypnosis, thus depending upon yourself to seek understanding of your own relationships and circumstances. I would not recommend that channeling of this type be used, due to the fact that in personal uses it can become quite full of the ego needs of the individual channeling, and is much better used in a group situation. Thus, if auto-hypnosis fails, it is best to seek qualified hypnotherapists. Is there another question at this time? C. It seems at times that some people are subjected to great physical or emotional suffering, seemingly more so than others. And I've always had trouble understanding whether some people undergo this by some design, or is it just a chance that it happened to them, or is it caused by, do we bring it on to ourselves, or, what I'm asking, is it part of a design, or do we bring it on, or is it just merely by chance that these people undergo this extreme suffering? Latwii. I am Latwii. I am with the instrument. Please pardon the delay, but this contact is growing somewhat weak. The universe is a grand design in which free will is the cosmic circumstance. This is paradoxical but true. You yourself, in your higher or more conscious self, program certain lessons that you feel that you need. You then incarnate and forget. However, these lessons are programmed. It is not a rigid program. It is a program that is marvelously flexible, so that if you at first do not succeed in learning a lesson, you will be given more and more chances to learn the same lesson. Knowing this is a great aid to the seeker, for thus he or she becomes conscious of the process of learning and is able to take charge of it and use the experience as a teacher. The experiences are unequal because various persons have chosen for themselves various lessons to learn. Some of them have, shall we say, bitten off quite a hunk. Others have decided to take R&R. That is the free will of those who have obtained the right to choose their own incarnations. Most, to be serious, are indeed attempting to learn lessons as quickly as they feel their higher self can absorb them. The lessons of this cycle have to deal with love and its manifestations in a social sphere. May we answer you further, my brother? C. Yes, because I'm thinking of particular situations that just happened. That we program these things inaudible. This situation inaudible. How do you program inaudible? I can't see the death of someone else can be programmed inaudible, used as a lesson. This person was married. There was the death of the father on the day of the marriage. Just this week, their child was killed. Surely we don't program others' death, or do they program inaudible? I don't understand how deaths at key times could happen to one person. Latwii. I am Latwii. This contact is very weak. However, we are able to keep it open somewhat. Each entity comes with lessons to learn. When those lessons are through, that entity no longer needs the heavy cloak of the physical being and is freed from it. The living one who experiences deaths has not programmed death, but has programmed the lessons that such events may teach us. These lessons may be learned by many different kinds of losses. However, it seems to be a strong lesson for the particular entity of whom you speak. That loss will be met with fortitude and an understanding of the loss as a gain. When this is seen, when the joy of the situation is seen, the lesson will have been learned. Then the entity may move on. The individual is responsible for that individual and for no other. It is the truth as we know it, that no one can aid another except by being and witnessing that being as a channel for love and light. We ask you not to stress in your mind the fine lines of intellectual rationalization of love. There will be in this illusion pain, loss, limitation, other negative effects. This is an illusion. There will be unequalness because there is harmony rather than unison in this density. Be you then prepared to show love and understanding in your gains and in your losses. May we answer you further? C. Well, I hate to keep straining the channel. I know she's tired. Then all events occur in a harmonious blend. Is it designed that these two particular entities work together to learn and grow? Was this designed for them to be together? Latwii. I am Latwii. One moment, we must scan. Yes, my brother. In this instance, it was agreed between the two in both cases that this would occur and that nurturing would take place in its time. We see you are still not understanding the agreement was reached before the Father incarnated. Time is not the same in all dimensions. We fear that we must close at this time. The sound of snoring is heard in the room, and we feel that we perhaps are not being scintillating enough. So we shall greet those named S and R with joy, and welcome them to our meeting, and leave you in the creation of the Father, the creation of love and light. I am known to you as Latwii. Adonai.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator.